Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Bit of a less enthusiastic start today, but as you see from the title, this is a more serious video. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I want to talk about what's going on in my life and I guess my mental health and stuff and how I've been feeling, but also what's been going on in the world. Because it is important to talk about these things and acknowledge them. And I might do more of these videos. Now, I'm not going to totally bore you guys. We will be playing Power Wash Simulator 2 because it's my favorite game. Well, the first game was my favorite game. This is up there still though. I don't think I'm going to be talking about anything that triggering, but if I do end up talking about anything like that, there'll be warnings and there's timestamps if you want to skip to anything specific. So, I guess we'll start off with kind of how I've been feeling and stuff. Oh god, that's satisfying. So to put it plainly, I'm not happy, and I've not really been happy for a while. And the problem is, and this is where I guess the main bit of my unhappiness stems from, is I don't really know why I'm unhappy. And that kind of makes the whole ordeal worse for me. Because, there's so many people who do suffer from depression and stuff who have valid reasons to feel that way. But then there's me, who just doesn't have a reason. Or I don't know, I probably do, but I can't pinpoint it or I can't do it. And that does make it feel worse, because it feels like I'm almost not deserving of feeling this way. Deserving's not the right word, but it's kind of like if you had just been accepted to be like a doctor or something, but you'd never been to medical school or anything like that. And like everyone else had. Oh, that holes. Okay. So they all put the effort in, but you just kind of showed up and you're getting treated the same and all that. That's kind of how it's feeling. And to be honest, it does just suck. I mean, I've never talked about my mental health to anyone or even out loud. This would be the first time I'm doing it. Oh, there's the dirt. So this whole thing is kind of weird, but I guess the worst bits about it is I just feel alone, like all the time. Like I wake up in the morning, I go about my day, and it's just like I feel like it's me against the world, right? Which isn't true, obviously. But it's just you can't unshake that feeling. And it just sucks. I'm gonna struggle to get half of this out, by the way, but whatever. But it's like, I know I'm not, right? I've got lots of friends who I love dearly. I'd give the world to them and my family. It's also weird because, when I'm with them, it's kind of the only time I do feel any ounce of happy, I guess. But, as soon as I leave, like, the cool, or I, turn the road to go home when we're hanging out, it's just like it all disappears, right? It's back to square one. And obviously I can't exactly just sit in a cool all day as much as, well, I do. But not to the same extent, I guess. I guess carry on with the friend talk. I do love my friends a lot. You know. I guess this whole thing carries over to family, friends and family. You know, as I said, I'd give the world to them. Uh, and, you know, my biggest fear is losing them, and it sucks. You know, I've stopped being friends with people for, even if they're like, don't turn out to be the best person. Like, it still sucks. You know, I think everyone goes through that. Everyone knows that feeling. But it's even worse when, like, you just drift away. You know, I think I've done that with a few friends recently, and it's upsetting to me. But, you know, they're doing their thing, and I'm still proud of them. You know, I will support them even if we're not as close as we were once. But yeah, of course, I miss what we would have used to have. Where is this last bit of the war? Is it just... Yeah. But then again, I feel like it's my fault as well. You know, it makes me feel like I've done something wrong. Even if I haven't necessarily. I get what? It's like, I love talking to my friends, right? But I find, even if I've known you for years, like my whole life almost, I get nervous and paranoid texting people. Because I feel like there's just like this voice in my head saying, don't do it, you know? They're doing important stuff, more important than talking to you. You're gonna disrupt them, you're interrupting what they're doing. And then I just never end up messaging them. And it sucks. And like, I know that, I know in my mind that they don't care, right? They just, you know, they'll message me when they message me. It doesn't matter, we're friends, we can talk whenever. But I still don't end up saying it, because that voice at the back of my head always wins. And, you know, maybe that's a reason I've grown apart from some friends, but it's... But, you know, as I said, I don't want to disrupt them, because then I might think that, you know, that's, you know, that could, you know, break a friendship as well. And it's just hypocritical, because I will always say to them, message me whenever, you know, or it's like, I will try and help my friends in every way possible, right? We're playing a game, I will help them in every way I can. Like, we're playing Minecraft. If someone says they need something, I will try and grab it as soon as I can. Even if it does inconvenience me. Right? If someone needs help, I will be there instantly. But I'm never going to ask for help myself, because I think, you know, they'll get annoyed. Whereas most of my friends are in America, I don't get to see them a lot. Well, at all, you know. That also does suck. But, you know, thankfully Discord, you know, we're here to hang out. But no, like, I don't sleep good, right? Insomnia's got really bad, especially recently. Does it help that I stay up till the ass crack of dawn? No. But I mean, I feel like I'm more awake at night anyway, but, you know, talking to my American friends, I, I know if I go to bed early, well, not even early, just at normal time, they're not gonna think less of me. I feel like if I do that, then I'm just missing out. I don't want to miss out. Because, as I said before, I do feel alone. You know, I want to be included in things. I want to listen to my friends talk about stuff. I want to know what's going on in their lives and stuff. I thought about, you know, getting checked for depression and stuff, which I probably should, yes. But what then? I don't know if I will. If I know that I have it, will I, you know, put more effort into trying to fix myself? Or will I just devolve deeper into, you know, the sadness? It's a tricky thing. You know, it's not like I don't have anyone to speak to this about, but once again, I don't want to burden people. I guess another thing would be how I perceive myself, how I come off and stuff. Because I guess both in looks and personality. Like, I don't think I'm an ugly person, right? I think I definitely am handsome, at least a bit, you know, a bit at the very least. But, you know, I guess everyone kind of has this slight bit of body dysmorphia. But I don't know, it's just, it's such it's just a bad feeling. You know, you wake up, right? You look in the mirror and it's like, ugh, I'm so fucking ugly. You know, especially when, you know, you look at your friends and they're like, whew, you know, like they're attractive people. They're very handsome, they're very pretty, they're very beautiful. So yeah, I'm trying to look like that. Yeah. So another bit that sucks is just not enjoying things anymore. Like, there's so many like games or just things that I used to be able to play for hours, but I just can't bring myself to do it. It's like video games. I love video games, obviously. But unless I'm playing with people or doing YouTube, there's just no motivation to actually play them. So if you see me post a video of a game, I've probably not played a video game since before the last video. And you know, friends, you know, playing with friends, it's less so about the actual game, it's more so about hanging out with people. It's like when I play Minecraft, we have a new Minecraft server, for example. I'm always trying to be around people. You know, I will obviously go off to try and, you know, still play the game, because I'm good at the game. I gotta try and get some things done. But mostly I'm just there for interacting with people. It's not nice losing that passion. I need to move this. It's like even YouTube, I've lost some passion for this. Mainly editing, but that's also understandable because editing is boring. But I used to enjoy editing still, even if it would take hours. I still enjoyed every bit of it. Maybe not every bit, but it was still fun at the very least. But you know, when I finish recording, I've just had an amazing time with a game. And then I press the end recording on OBS, and it's like, right, now I have to edit this. I don't think there's anything else I need to talk about, really, or want to talk about. I guess that's kind of the important bits. Yeah, life at the moment just kind of feels like an endless slog towards I don't even know what. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the world now. Obviously, the world's not in a great place at the moment. I just forgot I had a tea. Uh, like, where do I even start? I guess we'll start with what's going on over here in the UK. To be honest, actually not a lot's happening over here. Um, but that's also not good. The government's not doing anything, right? They're not helping anyone. They're not doing anything bad. They're just not doing anything. Um, I mean, Keir Starmer did say, and this was one good thing, that if Trump does attack Greenland, we are with Greenland, which is good. I'm glad that man does not like Trump. This is one good part about him. But you know, we still got the Reform Party doing whatever the fuck they're doing, and it's disgusting. For those who don't know, the Reform Party is quite similar to the was it the Democrat? I don't remember. Sorry, the Republicans. I can never remember which way it is. So they're very keep the immigrants out of the country, blah blah blah. They're racist, simply put. It's and it's just concerning, especially because they have over the last couple of years, there's been such a rise of support for the party, even mainly in my generation, which is just crazy to me. My generation is the generation that has grown up with the most diversity, I guess, is the best way to put it. Like, well, yeah, the country's never been more diverse, and it's just sickening to see people my age and you know support or like just be racist or um homophobic and all that because it's like we were the ones that shouldn't be like we were taught this to not be like this. It's like the other night or literally last night I was out with some friends and a couple in the group are quite queer presenting and emo and all and as we're right interesting lot I guess. And I don't remember what they said. They said it definitely said some things to us. And I think they called us the Eminem Squad, which was quite funny. But it's like I don't get how people are raised like that still. It's like from an old person, okay, sure, right? But like it's you're in such an accepting time or should be an accepting point in history of like different groups that you just have no excuse to be like that. It's like, I really don't understand how hard is it to just, like, if you see someone of a different race or ethnicity walking down the street, I don't get how it's that hard to just not call them a slur or tell them to go home to their own country. Like, now obviously this is a problem in both, well, in most of the world, but, you know, in America, this is obviously a huge problem at the moment with ICE and all that, but it's big here as well. It has been for a long time. But over here, we get a lot of Indian and immigrants, and just well, mainly just all Asian, like lots of Asian. But once it doesn't matter, right? I don't. I mean, I don't do blame them. I mean, I don't really get why they want to come here now at the moment. But, you know, the UK is meant to be one of the most diverse countries, and it is. And it has been for a long time, right? We're a country of foreigners, right? English? That's not a thing. If I looked at my genetics, I would be all over the place. And it's the same with America. Obviously, you are not technically American if you're not a native. I'm sorry to break it to you, but those are the real Americans. Like, the only reason America is the way it is because the British Empire took over America. And obviously France, France as well was there. And Spain. Everyone was there. I guess, but yeah, mainly England was there, We're the reason it grew to what it was. And now you have a problem with immigrants when the whole country is people going where they're not meant to go. If ICE really wanted to send everyone back to their own country, you guys wouldn't really a lot of people wouldn't be there. But it just disgusts me, really. Like, ICE is just, it's uncalled for, it's unnecessary, it's horrible, it's disgusting. Innocent people who have lived there, never done anything wrong, should not be deported, should not be shot. Citizens, especially, should not be shot. Then they have the audacity to say that no citizens have been deported. I don't think so, government. It's like, I've lost track of how many people have been killed for no reason now. And people will look at this and say that it's better this way. Trump's doing the right thing. Trump's our savior, right? ICE will make America great again, whatever. And it's land of the free, by the way, an opportunity. Yeah, maybe if you're white, you have the opportunity. The worst part about it is a lot of people who did come to America are getting jobs with ICE so they don't get deported. Right? So many people are siding with that just so they don't get deported. It's fear-mongering. He's essentially forcing people to side with him. And you know the last time that happened? I'll give you a guess. It was in Europe. Around the 1930s, 20s. Yeah. America isn't in a great place at the moment. Like TikTok recently got, or American TikTok recently got bought out by Oracle. And yeah, it's not great for them. A couple of my friends have been essentially shadow banned. Like, they'd get a couple 100,000 even views, and now they're getting like less than 100. For speaking their mind and using their freedom of speech. And sometimes comments are hidden and stuff like that. So we now have censorship, which is great, which, has been around for ages. Anyway. Then we have the whole Greenland and Venezuela thing. I think he's backed down from Greenland, which is good. But I'm not too sure what's going on with Venezuela. But I don't understand why. Well, I understand why. But it's weird how he's, America is acting as kind of the government whilst they sort their stuff out. It's kind of weird. And I'm willing to bet that even once they sort their stuff out, full power's never gonna be restored to the people, because why would it? They'd lose profit at that point. Wrapping back to mental health again, I do want to say don't take me an example if you're going through the same shit. Do speak to people. I will at some point. It's just a tricky thing for me. I also want to talk about my health, actual health. I was in the hospital last week, or the other week. Thought I was having a heart attack, which was obviously terrifying. It wasn't. It was some kind of gastric problem that mimics a heart attack. So I'm fine. I just have to take medication every day now for a month, and then I should be good, hopefully. They did also, whilst doing an x-ray, find a nodule on my lung, which they don't think it's cancer, because I don't smoke, I don't vape, I don't do any of that. But, you know, I still have to get that checked out, and it's tiny, so, you know, and they're not concerned about it. It's probably scar tissuing, possibly when I had COVID, because obviously that affected your lungs. But it could literally be anything. I could have had that since I was born. Who knows? So yeah, that was quite a scare when I first heard that, but I have come to terms with that now. Also, I just want to say thank you for, was it over 900 subscribers now? It means the world to me. We'll hit 1,000 soon, hopefully. Maybe even 2,000 this year. Who knows? We could hit maybe even two subscribers. But no, seriously, it means a lot. And yeah, I love each and every one of you. I think that's where I'm going to end it. I probably missed a lot of things I wanted to actually talk about, but if I did, I will write them down once I remember, and then we'll do a second part at some point. But yeah, I love each and every one of you. And if my friends are watching, I love you too. And I would say I hope you enjoyed this video, but it's not really much to enjoy. I hope you enjoyed my power washing. And yeah, I guess I will see you in the next one, which is hopefully a more enthusiastic video. Goodbye now.